my name is Alina and I'm a certified personal trainer, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over 3 common mistakes people make when they're trying to lose fat that I see every single day, and I just want to bring your attention to, because if you're doing any of these 3 things, stop and ask for help, please. Alright, let's get into it. The first mistake people make is trying to do too much too soon. And I think that first of all, if you are doing a lot of things to try and help your weight loss journey, good for you, because I really think that it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of confidence, and it takes a lot of grit to be able to do that. So you should pat yourself on the back for that. However, if you're trying to start a new diet and a new exercise regime and new supplements and a new sleep schedule and everything else all at the same time, it can be very overwhelming and it can lead to burnout very, very quickly. One of the things that's most important for fat loss or for weight loss is consistency. So if you're doing a bunch of things at once that you can't be consistent with, it is not as beneficial, and a better option would be to stick to 1 or 2, do those consistently and maximize your results doing that, and then add in another variable later when you think you have stalled in progress. An example of this would be, let's say you prioritize your diet right now and your sleep, because as I preach, sleep is really important for fat or weight loss. And let's say those are your priorities right now. So for like a month, every day you've been making sure you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and your diet is pretty on point, where you're eating a lot of whole foods and foods that are good for you, stopping eating when you're full and all of that. Then you notice, which almost always will happen, you lost some weight because you took care of yourself and all of that. So after the month you lost, let's say 4 pounds, something like that, which is really reasonable, 1 pound per week. And after that you add in, okay, I think I'm ready for the next level. And then you can start to add in, all right, let me work out 3 days a week to see if that can speed up the process a little bit, help me build some muscle, look a little leaner, etc. And so on top of that, you add 3 workouts a week. Then you do that for a few months, and then you're like, okay, I think I'm ready for more, and then you can try a new supplement. I think that is way better than trying to do all of it at once, because almost always people get so overwhelmed, they're like, this isn't worth it, and they throw it all away, and then they have to start over again. So don't do too much too soon. Choose 2 things, start with that, and then go from there. I will always almost recommend, when it comes to workout and diet, choose 1 to start with. I know that they work together super well, no question, but trying to adapt to both changes, which are very big changes in one day, is not feasible for most people, especially because we have lives, we have responsibilities, we have things we need to do, and so choosing 1 is definitely a better call. The next thing that people do that I notice, which makes sense, is cardio, and so much cardio. And I'm going to do a really in-depth video on this topic, but cardio is really great for helping you burn more calories, 110%. And I have preached that in order to lose fat, in order to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. You have to be eating less than what you burn. Not by a whole lot, because that'll cause its own health issues, but a little bit. And you just do that consistently. Cardio definitely helps with that. But if you're only doing cardio, so if you're only doing the elliptical, if you're only biking, or if you're only running, you will not be building lean muscle. And I think you're doing yourself a disservice, because lean muscle is what helps you maintain a healthy weight year-round, build that tissue or build the muscle that'll show through your fat loss and make you look a lot tighter, make you stronger, help with your appetite, increase your metabolism, and all of that. So a lot of cardio has its own disadvantages. For example, if you do too much cardio, you run the risk of kind of messing with your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. And so your body will not understand when it's actually full, because those signals that your brain gives you of, oh, I'm full now, versus, oh, I'm hungry now, kind of get a little messed up when you're doing too much cardio because of how much stress it puts on your body. And also, I think an issue with cardio is that to get better at it, you often have to do more of it, unless you go faster. And with weight training, the cool thing is, if you want to make something more challenging, you can add some reps, you can do more weight, and that's more time efficient than like just constantly running more miles or constantly adding more steps to the Stairmaster. Cardio is really important for your heart, for just generally getting some movement in during the day, because we sit around a lot, or at least I do, and I think you should be incorporating it. But to make that the main and only focus is actually going to hurt you in the long run. The last mistake I wanted to mention is not knowing how much you eat. So, as I mentioned, to lose weight, you basically have to be eating less or drinking less calories in total than what you're burning in a day. Makes sense. So when you don't know how much you're eating or drinking, it can be really hard to determine if you're actually doing that. And I know calorie counting is not everyone's cup of tea. I understand. It can be a lot mentally. And I do think that if you constantly are working on improving your diet, you can do intuitive eating, which is just eating based on like how you feel or when you're hungry. But when you're first starting out, it's a little tricky. So what I recommend is writing down what you eat for at least a week. So every single thing you eat, just write it down. Don't write the calories, don't do anything like that. Write how much of what you eat. So half a cup of oatmeal, a cup of blueberries, etc. is an example. After each week, you can weigh yourself, you can see if you made progress in other ways. If you feel like you haven't made progress, you have two options. One, you can increase your exercise, which is okay, and I have done that, but the issue with increasing your exercise every week is that you'll end up just exercising all the time, which has its own issues because you're overstressing your body. So you should go back to your diet. And if you are seeing you're not making progress and you're writing down what you eat, you can see maybe if I remove X thing from my diet, then I will actually be eating less throughout the week and therefore be more in a deficit, and that'll help me lose weight. So an example of that is, let's say every day for lunch, you have a sandwich, an apple, and a yogurt and water, hypothetically. So you have that every single day. Let's say you're like, okay, I'm not making progress. What is something that I can do? Consider maybe taking out the yogurt from your lunch every single day, and if a yogurt is 150 calories and you're having that 5 days a week, then you're eliminating 750 calories a week, which is a really big change. Alright, so the battery on my camera died before I could finish out the video, so I'm doing the outro on my phone, but I hope you enjoyed that video. It was just 3 quick tips or reasons that I see people really struggling with losing fat and losing weight. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean so much to me, and I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting. If you want to chat with me more about fitness and all of that, you can follow me at Alina_ on Instagram. I'm more active on there for sure, and I love chatting with all of you. So consider liking and subscribing, following me there, and all the things. And I can't wait until the next video. Bye!